that street. Saber over everything. Off with your head. They had me at the years. You better give me some early 2000s nostalgia. If there was ever a movie to snap you out of the casual link up, this would be the one. Protect yourself at all times. Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Tyra here with another struggle review, here to discuss Fresh. Now this is a horror film available on Hulu and it stars Sebastian Stan and Daisy Edgar Jones. Now before I get into all the red flags all up and through this movie, I need you guys to drop down and subscribe to my channel and like this video. I'm going to give you guys a moment to do that and then we're going to come back and discuss all things. Did you see how easily she was finessed to go through with going to his house? Like, we can't do that. We can't be doing that outside, out here in 2022. Stop that.
Go back.
Now that you guys have hopefully subscribed to see more of me, let's get into this movie. Now, this movie was directed and written by a woman, a Miss Mimi Cave and Lauren Kahn. I absolutely love when we get horror from a female's perspective. It always adds a certain niche to the film that we don't always get from a male. Now, immediately we are introduced to Noah, who is clearly at the end of her rope when it concerns dating apps and the men that she has met on there so far. They are rude, they're broke, they're obnoxious, they are just downright losers. Sis is not having a good experience. Now, what I liked immediately about this film was how grounded it was in today's reality as far as dating is concerned. We get into the selfies, dick pics, bathroom selfies, shallow, empty conversation of it all. We are online dating people and it is oh so casual in today's society. I love here that we got a reminder of the dangers that can entail, because I feel like more than ever we have been seeing posts on social media, news stories about that one tragic girl who met up with the guy that she met on social media, that she swiped right on, that she trusted, and we never heard from her again. This is very much so giving that, but with a twist. Now, even though Noah has a tragic dating life, she has her black, sassy, cool ass friend to confide in. Now, I am not gonna front and act like I didn't do this when I saw the friend. I was like, oh. Even though I lingered on her face for a minute because her braids threw me off, I was like, oh, it's JoJo T. Gibbs from 20s on BET. I know her. She looks totally different here, but she was very much giving that sassy black friend who's there to be a savior and die. I was like, all right, we got our black friend who's here to die, because they always die. It's the freaking trope. Now, it seems to be all down here for Noah as far as dating, that is until she meets Steve in the local supermarket. I was like, oh, this definitely has a woman's touch on it. How many of us are just really sick of the dating apps, the appeal for social media, the lack of communications? I don't want to meet a guy on social media or swipe left. Why can't I just meet a nice guy in church, in the supermarket? Everybody's always waiting for that magical moment to meet a sensible, sweet guy in the fucking supermarket. Steve is almost perfect. He's witty, he's honest, he's cute, he's social, he has a great sense of humor, he's a damn surgeon, so he got some shmoney, and best of all, I didn't meet him on some Plenty of Fish-esque app. Now, immediately, I love the fact that they showed that she had her guard down just because she met him in the supermarket. That, lessened the tension. This has to be a normal person. When in reality, you can't trust anybody. And he displayed several red flags way before we ever got to the get down. First of all, girl, even when you go on a first date, Noah was not at all that person to go, you know what, girl, I'm gonna have you on speed dial, just hang in the back of the restaurant, just in case he's crazy. No, we let him pick the place that we're gonna have dinner at. Not only do we have dinner, but the conversation is so good and she's so telling and, so open with information about herself. Hey, we're just talking, but I slowly just told him that I don't have anybody who would mourn, miss, or care about me if I went missing because I have a big lack of family and no siblings at all. I also share where I work, where I live, things I like to do. The date is going so well and she is so not guarded that she allows him to come back to her place on the first date, has sex with him, and she knows absolutely nothing about him. You ever have those moments where you're on any date, especially a first one, and it's like, you know what, hey, I'm kind of doing all the talking. You don't want to share anything about yourself. You always have to make sure you go that extra mile to ensure that that person is as forthcoming with information as you are, because you look over your shoulder and you have shared a whole bunch of shit about yourself and you don't know anything about this person. Now, she does manage to sneak in one picture of him while he's sleeping, but he is very reserved and very quiet as it pertains to himself. When you see them together, they are solely in her place and he is slowly asking her questions about, who do you talk to? Who did you tell about me? It's like, girl, who in their right mind asks you, so who did you tell about me? Yeah, what's the name? How much did you tell her? There were so many red flags that she completely ignored just because she liked this guy. So much so that even though she's never been to his place of business, she's never been to his home, she's never really been anywhere with him outside of a place of his picking in her own apartment, that she's willing to go out on a whole getaway with him, and he is the equivalent of a fucking stranger. I love how we have the black friend like, no, you know what, girl, that don't really sound good. She's like, wait, no, carpe diem, I'm taking a chance. Girl, yeah, we said take a chance, not be downright stupid. But this is a very realistic situation. Even though this is completely against her best friend's better judgment, she is willing to go because she likes this guy. He has yet to meet anybody. She has not met any of his family, any of his friends. But this is a surprise and he's sweet. So much so that he is able to get her out into a whole isolated area in the middle of nowhere with no cell phone reception. She cannot reach out to a single soul. And I find that those moments are the scarier parts of the movie before we get into why he really got her out there. It's because these are realistic situations. You can see how easily he was able to trap her or, finesse her into coming. Anybody could do that to anyone if they're not thinking on their feet. Now, after we get all the way out to his house, we are very much so reminded why he doesn't eat animals. Now, immediately, once we get back to his place, there is this deep sense of isolation. I love the way that the movie's directed. Prior to us ever getting back to his place, we have all these close-up shots of people's mouths, their faces, their expressions. So when we get into, the ripping of the flesh later, it's just like, oh, God. But he slips her something and lets her know flat out, I am in the business of selling human body parts, meat. I sell flesh and hair. I'm gonna keep you alive for that purpose, take care of you, and I'll kill you later, but I'll take care of you up until that point. Complete psycho. It immediately turned into American Psycho with all the 80s music, the nostalgia, him hacking away at body parts and people and getting his best life to the oldies. Like, it was very much Hey Paul and stupid fucking bitchy. It was very much American Psycho. Now, Noah is not the only person captured and trapped. He has been in business doing this for a very long time, and she is in there with several people by the name of Melissa and penny. She is scared, but she is still very much so a fighter. And immediately she is looking for a way out. I love how she is, plotting and looking for a way out. And he's like, yeah, bad girl. Now I have to take your ass. Like, I was going to be nice, but it's like he literally takes her ass off. Like, the way that the camera work was added to add tension to those moments of him not only performing those surgeries, but grinding up the meat, putting it in the meat grinder, chopping it, slicing it. It just made you not want to look at a steak, any piece of ground beef. It just was, it's just really sick at how much, the human flesh can look like animal flesh and cow and steak and beef and meat and chicken. I was like, oh God, I'm still hungry. I'm still gonna eat me some meat, but not immediately. And we also have Sebastian Stan here adding that extra layer of crazy with how much pleasure he is taking out of eating other people's flesh and chopping it up and serving it to other people who have the same sick ass fetish that he does. Like, he absolutely loves and revels in the taste of human flesh. Now, even though we have her very much so captured with no way out and she has no advantages, she does have that one true friend on her side, is not taking anything for face value. I love the attention to detail, especially when you know someone, this is your best friend. I know she wouldn't send me this message. I know she wouldn't talk to me this way. She wouldn't just cut me off. She's just supposed to be off on a vacation and with her bae and not talking to me at all. Something is wrong. I love how she goes that extra mile to investigate, go on Google Image, Google people, search. This girl did no search whatsoever on this man. He was not on anybody's social media. His name would never have come up, but she kept trying. She even goes back to the bar and gets information from an old boyfriend. She gets his full name, which leads us to know that he is whole ass married with a wife and children. Sick. Now, what took me out was when she was like, yeah, I don't feel like this is my friend. I feel like something is going on. I don't feel like this is her messaging me, but she still goes out of her way to message what she's doing in every move that she's making. Like, yeah, oh girl, he got a wife. I'm outside the house. Girl, why? Just say, come stab me. No, do not say that. But this movie does find a way to keep you guessing, because even though she is, going that extra mile to find her friend and get the name and go in the house and try to confront the wife, she is not stopping. I love how we have everybody in the movie like, if you're so worried, just go to the police. And we're like, yeah, girl, go to the police. But instead of going to the police, she goes to the wife, who is very much so in on it, very much so giving her own weird ass energy. We know immediately as soon as she steps into the house that she is not safe. And as soon as Brandon comes in and she calls the phone and we hear, thank you for being a friend, we hear that goddamn Golden Girls. It's like, yeah, bitch, I knew you took my friend. Bitch, you shouldn't have did that. There wasn't a single soul or cops in here to help you. You thought the wife and kids was gonna have your back? You thought everybody know their own husband. Now you got captured. Now you caught with your bestie. Damn, you just had to go with her, huh? The movie offers some really good tension in the scene, because you don't know what's going to happen next and you really don't know what's going on. We have this awkward tension between him and his wife, and then we kind of find out that she was maybe one of his former victims. She's an amputee. Did he cut it off? Is she just missing a leg? There are so many unanswered questions, but this is one of those horrors where you don't really need all the answers to everything. You're just happy to go along for the ride. But now that we know that the friend is captured, we are worried, is he going to try to feed the friend to her? Is he gonna eat the friend? You have, different women who long gone left messages, if he's had sex with you, if he's been this to you, he actually likes her. He has feelings for her outside of just using her as a product. He really cares for her. So she plays on that, tries to get, appeal to his sick ass nature. How does the meat taste? What does it taste like? How long? She's trying to get closer and closer and gain his trust so she can get the fuck away. But in doing that, she has to go against her own morals, her own judgment, her own stomach, and pretend to enjoy the same flesh and cooked meats that he does. Now, our lead actress here, she does a very good job playing on his intentions. You really start to, you don't believe her because it's all an act, but you can get to the sense of why he felt, you know, like he could trust her and why he liked her so much. And you had that feeling of he was maybe unhappy with his own wife and their relationship. It had grown a little stale, and now he had found him some new fresh meat that he wanted to embark on. And oh my gosh, she shares the same interests as me. She's not judging me for being the way that I am. Not only she's not judging me, but she's partaking in the same meat as I do. She gains his trust all the way up to, you know, he decides to not handcuff her anymore. He's all entranced. They're slow dancing, at which, you know, he thinks he's about to get, you know, some mind-blowing head. Yes, girl, go do what you gotta do. It's been lonely in here. At which we get a whole fucking hard candy situation, and she bites his penis. I was hoping we were gonna get the whole like bite, and then she was gonna like spit it somewhere, but you know, they didn't go that far. Like, who's the cannibal now? I thought we were gonna get that, but you know, they weren't that sick. But I love how calculated she was. I love how the camera was sure to pan off at different details to show that she was always on her game. She never gave up on her ambitions to get out. Now, when we get into the black homie who was like, yeah, she not picking up the phone, I might need to follow her, call her. When he freaking goes all the way out there, he's like, yeah, this is where the black dudes die. I'm getting the fuck out of here. That shit took me out. What took me out even more than that is that this movie didn't go for those stereotype ass tropes of the black characters always dying. Not only do both of our black characters make it, but the one capture, she makes it all the way to the end. And we get into a tussle for the ages. We all love a good vengeance, revenge story. He has done this to plenty of women. He has not an ounce of remorse. Not only does he not have that, but he absolutely loves what he does. So to see these women fight back, even though that they are weak and broken and missing all types of flesh and body parts, you can't help but champion and cheer them on. All the way to the very end, I love that those women found the strength and they got their vengeance. I love, you know, that they had the wife come in and her ass got fucked up. like it's bitches like you that make it hard for women like me. We have the black friend come in backing that shit up. Like, bitch, not today. I love that we have so many unanswered questions. You know, who is this organization? Who are they sending this damn fleet of meat to? We just don't know. All we know that is, you know, at this moment in this time, these women got away. I love that we didn't end with the tropes of killing off any of the black friends. I love that even in the worst of the worst times in this movie, they managed to find some humor in the situation. This movie was a good old fun time, and I would probably watch it again. Well, you guys, that was my review for Fresh. I hope you enjoyed it. Please drop down and tell me what you thought about this film. Did you enjoy it as much as I did? Were you bored? Did you get it? Did you care? I look forward to reading your comments. Thank you guys for watching this video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.